Hello Tweedledees and Tweedledudes, Miss Norris here to talk to you today about classifying quadrilaterals. So, grab a parent, grab a snack, and let's get started. The vocabulary we're going to be going over today are quadrilateral, trapezoid, parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, and square. Before we dive into today's video, I want to remind you real quickly what a polygon is. Polygons are shapes that are made up of many different numbers of sides and angles. The polygon family is huge. It ranges from the tiny triangle all the way to
the mighty megagon.
No, not megalodon, megagon. Fun fact, the megagon is a polygon that is actually made up of 1 million sides and 1 million angles. If we were to blow up a megagon to the size of Earth, it would just kind of look like a perfect circle because the angles are so obtuse, they almost look smooth. But back to the topic at hand, quadrilaterals. What is a quadrilateral? Quadrilateral is just a
overly complicated name
for a polygon that has 4 sides and 4 angles. If we examine the word quadrilateral, we can actually break it up into its 2 parts. Its prefix, quad, which means 4, and lateral, which means sides. So when we put those 2 words together, they literally mean 4 sides. When naming a quadrilateral, we use all 4 of its vertices. For example, this quadrilateral right here, we would name quadrilateral ABCD. Naming a quadrilateral is simple. Classifying a quadrilateral, well, that's where things get a little hairy. So, how do we classify quadrilaterals? Let's meet the quadrilateral family and see if we can get to know a little bit about each one.
Welcome to Family Feud!
This is trapezoid. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm so excited. I've never been on YouTube before. My name is Trapezoid, but my friends call me Lil T. On TikTok, I'm famous for having only 1 set of parallel sides and for my fire dance moves.
Let's take a closer look at the trapezoid. Trapezoids have 2 classifications. First and foremost, it's a quadrilateral. That's because it has 4 sides and 4 angles. Once we know that it's a quadrilateral, we're going to keep looking at this shape to see if we can classify it as anything else. Look at its sides. How many pairs of sides do you see that are parallel? We can see here that it has 1 set of parallel sides. Now remember, when I use the word pair, pair means 2, like a pair of shoes. Can you see the pair of parallel sides? This polygon is both a quadrilateral and a trapezoid. It's your turn. Look at this polygon right here. First, I want you to count how many sides and angles it has. Did you say 4? What kind of polygon has 4 sides and 4 angles? Did you say quadrilateral? Awesome. Now let's look at it a little bit closer. What do you notice about the sides? Can you see how many pairs of the sides are parallel? Did you say 1 pair are parallel? Awesome. So not only is this polygon a quadrilateral, it's also a trapezoid. Let's meet the next member of the quadrilateral family. This is parallelogram. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Miss Norris. So glad to be here. I'm a freshman at the Geometrical Institute for Higher Learning. Go Shapes! People always compliment me on the fact that I have 2 pairs of parallel sides. I also have 2 pairs of sides that are the same length. See? My sister Trapezoid has always been jealous of me, because she only has 1 pair of parallel sides.
Parallelograms have 2 classifications. Just like his sister, parallelogram is also a quadrilateral because he has 4 sides and 4 angles. Now that we know that he's a quadrilateral, let's take a closer look at him. The next step is to check how many pairs of parallel sides that he has. Here is the first pair of parallel sides, and here is the second pair of parallel sides. Can you see them? Not only do parallelograms have two pairs of parallel sides, but those parallel sides are equal in length to each other. Do you see how these two sides are the same length? Can you see how these two sides are the same length? As long as the pairs are the same length, this quadrilateral can be a parallelogram. So this polygon here is known as a quadrilateral and a parallelogram. It's your turn again. Take a look at this polygon. First, I want you to count how many sides and angles it has. Did you say there are 4? Awesome. What polygon has 4 sides and 4 angles? A quadrilateral. Very good. Now look a little bit closer. Let's see how many pairs of parallel sides this quadrilateral has. How many do you see? Did you say 2? Fantastic. Are those 2 pairs of parallel sides equal in length? Did you say yes? Awesome. So not only is this polygon a quadrilateral, but it's also a parallelogram. Let's meet the third member of the quadrilateral family. This is rhombus. Rhombus, you and your twin brother look so much alike, I can barely tell you apart.
Yeah, we get that a lot. That's because we both have 2 pairs of parallel sides. But we are different, you know. I am my own shape. Not only do I have a perfect 4.0 GPA, I was valedictorian of our high school. And all 4 of my sides are perfectly equal. Parallelogram can't say that, can he?
A rhombus has 3 classifications. Just like her other siblings, rhombus is also a quadrilateral because she has 4 sides and 4 angles. She is also a parallelogram because she has 2 pairs of parallel sides, and those 2 parallel sides are equal to each other. But do you remember what she said that makes her different and a little more special than her brother? In her own words, of course. All 4 of her sides are equal. So this polygon here is a quadrilateral, a parallelogram, and a rhombus. It's your turn again. Take a look at this polygon. The first thing we're going to do is figure out what kind of polygon it is. Well, it has 4 sides and 4 angles, which we know makes it a quadrilateral. Then what we're going to do is we're going to look a little closer at pairs of parallel sides. How many pairs of parallel sides does this have? 2. Awesome. Are those opposite parallel sides equal to each other? Yes? Awesome. So that makes this quadrilateral a parallelogram.
But wait!
Take a closer look here. What do you notice is extra special about the sides? Did you say they're all equal to each other? That is what makes this a rhombus. Now let's meet the parents of these beautiful children. I'd like to introduce you to rectangle and square. Let's start with you, rectangle. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first, Miss Norris, let me say I'm a huge fan of the show. I am so proud of my children. I feel like they are just like their old man. We have so many things in common, especially me and the twins. They really take after me. All 3 of us have 2 pairs of parallel sides. 2 pairs of sides that are equal length. But what makes their old man stand out is that I actually have 4 right angles. I keep them in my trophy box. Biggest accomplishment of my life.
Rectangle has 3 classifications. Just like all of his children, he's also a quadrilateral because he has 4 sides and 4 angles. But just like his twins, he has 2 pairs of parallel sides. And those pairs of parallel sides are equal in length. That is what makes him a parallelogram. But do you remember what he said was the biggest accomplishment of his life? That he has 4 right angles. That's what makes him a rectangle. So this polygon here is a quadrilateral, a parallelogram, and a rectangle. It's your turn. Look at this polygon. We know that it has 4 sides and 4 angles, which makes it a quadrilateral. Now look a little closer. How many pairs of parallel sides do you see? Did you say 2? Fantastic, 2. And if you notice, those 2 pairs of parallel sides are equal in length. So that makes this quadrilateral a parallelogram. But wait! Look even closer. What do you notice is special about the angles of this quadrilateral? Did you say that it has 4 right angles? That is what makes it a rectangle. Fantastic! And now it's time for us to meet the matriarch of the quadrilateral family. Let's give a round of applause to Miss Square! Miss Square, it's a pleasure to meet you. You have a lovely family. Thank you so much, Miss Norris. They really are wonderful, aren't they? Well, I'm pretty famous for my delicious chess squares. I'm a world champion square dancer, but what I'm most proud of is the traits I have in common with my babies. Parallelogram and rhombus inherited my 2 pairs of parallel sides, and my 2 pairs of sides with equal length. I hear all the time that rhombus looks just like me with her 4 equal sides. Trapezoid is the most unique of my children. We may not look a whole lot alike, but she got those dance moves from me. Unfortunately, none of my children inherited the 4 right angles from their father and I, but that doesn't make them any less special in my eyes. Or, I guess I don't have eyes. Any less special to me. Squares actually have 5 classifications. Are you ready for this? Here we go. Just like her husband and children, Miss Square is a quadrilateral. That's because she has 4 sides and 4 angles. Just like her husband and her twins, she has 2 pairs of parallel sides, and both of those sides are equal to one another, making her a parallelogram. She and rhombus share a very special characteristic in that they both have 4 sides that are all perfectly equal. This also makes her a rhombus. She and her husband have 4 right angles. That is what makes her a rectangle. A square is not just a square. Can you believe it? A square is quadrilateral, a parallelogram, a rhombus, a rectangle, and then finally, a square. It's your turn. Take a close look at this polygon. We know it has 4 sides and 4 angles, making it a quadrilateral. How many pairs of parallel sides does it have? 2. And how many of those sides are equal? 2. That makes this a parallelogram. But wait, look at those sides. What do you notice about those sides? They're all perfectly equal in length, all 4 of them. That's what makes this a rhombus. But don't forget about those angles. Take a look at them. She has 4 right angles. Well, now what does that make her? A rectangle. Whoa, we know that because it's a quadrilateral, a parallelogram, a rhombus, a rectangle, that it has to be a square! Now let's review. What 2 ways could I classify this polygon? Did you say quadrilateral and trapezoid? Awesome. What 2 ways could you classify this polygon? Did you say quadrilateral and parallelogram? Awesome. What 3 ways could I classify this polygon? Did you say quadrilateral, parallelogram, and rhombus? Awesome. What 3 ways could I classify this polygon? Did you say quadrilateral, parallelogram, and rectangle? Awesome. Now, what 5 ways could you classify this polygon? Did you say quadrilateral, parallelogram, rhombus, rectangle, and square? I think you guys have got it. Join us on the next one when we talk all about line symmetry. Bye, guys.